And so a mixture of that and meeting Annalise, I think is what really kind of got me to writing what we're writing now.
And New York City is a very inspirational place. I mean, it
draws
a lot of art and creativity out of you, just because there's so much energy, and it's so crazy. You sort of have to find your own path, you know, and your own things. And in that, I think it's a great opportunity to find yourself more.
Man, I just had a hard time finding my own path crossing the street. I was just like, how do people deal with this every day? It's like this just swamp of humanity, you know. I don't know how people avoid, like, I was just trying to keep from running into someone, you know, but I guess you have to just like knock somebody over if you're going to. I don't know.
At least you're being aware. So one of the things that annoys you the most after a while in the city is these people who walk around with their heads up in the sky the whole time.
Those are the touristy people.
Not just tourists.
No, not just tourists. And you're just trying to get around them, and they fade with you, and you're like, oh, go to the left, and they fade to the left, and then just looking at the buildings. Yeah, at least you were an aware tourist when you were there. You were trying to get around people.
I looked up a while, but then I realized that I would probably do that. I would run into someone, and they would run into me.
Yeah. People don't realize that, though, most of them.
Yeah. What about you, Ryan? You've been playing violin, fiddle. I always ask, you know, fiddle, violin, and I realize that they're both the same thing.
Yes.
But it depends on the bridge, right? Is that the deal?
No, it's actually just it's the same instrument. It's just how you play it. And I think it's funny that I grew up in Texas playing classical violin, and then I moved away from Texas to play the fiddle.
He had never really played much fiddle before. He
went to New York to play fiddle.
Went to New York and met these guys and started playing this kind of music, and I love it.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, a lot of double stops and stuff like that, right?
Exactly.
Like fiddle playing.
Lots of sliding up the thirds and stuff. So it's a lot of fun.
A lot of bluesier type of, feel to it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, do you write your own music or just?
Not yet. I'm kind of starting out though, so hopefully soon.
Cool.
It was funny. Ryan basically answered a Craigslist ad to move into an apartment. What,
wow.
3 years ago? 2 years ago?
2 years,
2 years ago. And moved into an apartment, and to be a musician. How many people did you know in New York when you moved up there?
None.
He knew nobody in New York. Moved to New York, wanted to be a musician, and within 2 weeks was in like 5 bands because he moved in this apartment that was just
of
our friends, and just happened to meet all of us, and we were all like, "Give me, I want to."
Fighting over him.
I mean, we can play 3 instruments.
Oh, this is meant to be, right?
Yeah,
that's the way it works. It's amazing how that synchronicity happens, where just things come together, and you know, you're doing something like this, right?
And it's like that. I always thought that's life showing you're doing the right thing, you know.
That's how I feel. It unfolds, and it unfolds before you, and you just have to be able to see it, you know, and not be, I guess, couch surfing in front of the TV. You have to watch it unfold, and you can really see it.
Be open to it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, you guys want to play another song for us?
Sure.
Cool. You have your. Let's tell everybody where they can find your music. First of all, your website is 2/3 Goat, right?
2thirdsgoat.com, and that's all spelled out.
2/3
Goat. Yeah.
But it's a fraction.
Yes, the fraction in the animal.
The actual name of our band is a fraction.
We didn't realize till much later that you can't use backslashes in email and website addresses.
Yeah.
So we couldn't use our name.
What's the other third? I'm like trying to.
Well, it's interesting. When we first started, for the first maybe 5 months of the life of 2/3 Goat, it was me, Annalise, and another friend of ours who played the cajon, which is a drum you sit on, like a big box. And we did just me on guitar, him on cajon, and 3-part harmonies. And Annalise and his name is Rob, we call him Joggins, they are both Capricorns, which is the goat. So
he's not.
And so. I'm not. I'm a Sagittarius.
Oh,
so we were 2/3 goat.
I thought it was a reference to Appalachia or something.
Yeah, well, we sort of went with the goat image, and we called our album "Up the Mountain." And
so and now, like, you know, we'll play with like 8 or 9 people, and we try to explain it. And it's kind of hard. We're like, well, technically today we're like 7/10 goat because you know, it's really funny how many Capricorns you realize are musicians.
Oh yeah, all of our friends.
Yeah, whenever we go somewhere.
Or Sages, really.
Yeah, it's really, because people ask us and we bring it up. It's like so funny that so often someone's like, "Oh, I'm a Capricorn." "Oh yeah, me too." Whenever we pick up bands here and there, and
well, there's something about that because a lot of my friends are. I'm Cancer, so a lot of my friends are either Cancers or Geminis, and it's like it's how they kind of like
come
I
together.
don't know. Maybe you went to the same birthday parties. You know, I don't know. 'Cause you're born around the same time, and like you know, it's like I don't know how it happened, but it just seemed that way. Like I always like would gravitate towards those people. I don't know why. It's weird.
Right.
That's very interesting. So, are you gonna? What would you like to do for us now?
Well, do we have time for 1 or 2 more songs?
You've got time for probably 2 or.
Okay.
Oh, sweet. Let's do
2 or
Little
3.
Birdie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Little Birdie.
And in case you just joined us, you're listening to Acoustic Songs Live. We're broadcasting from WNJR Studios.
Little birdie, where you going to? There's no place left for me and you. Little birdie, what you smiling for? Can't you see we're all I want? Little birdie, why you sing that song? None of us are listening. Little birdie, say you're happy all day long. What you need's a christening into the new order of all things. Somebody's gonna sprinkle water on those wings, but it ain't me, it ain't me. It just won't someone else before me while I was on my way. Little birdie, periphery will fade. You only need it in the end. My little buddy, the nest is all we need. So why should I care about the new order of all things? Somebody's gonna sprinkle water on those wings, but it ain't me, it ain't me. It just won't someone else before me while I was on my way.
The April wind will push and pull you away again. The seeds of doubt they've tossed and strewn and thrown about. They don't fly as high as me. Oh no. Above the fear of love I see. Oh.
It ain't me, it ain't me. It just won't someone else before me. It ain't me, it ain't me. It just won't someone else before me. It ain't me, it ain't me. It just won't someone else before me while I was on my way. Oh, 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 oh,
Cool. I was ready to clap. Like I get the hand claps going.
yeah.
It's definitely a hand clap.
It is
song,
a hand
yeah.
clapper, for sure.
Everybody, you know, come on, clap, clap. You know.
Right.
Cool. But that's called. What was that?
That was called Little Birdie. That's
Okay.
that's not on the album.
Okay. All right. I was just trying to. Yeah.
Regulars.
You did Satisfied and Tunnel Vision, The Way, and
We did Satisfied
Yep.
and The Way.
In the way.
Those are
Okay.
both on the album.
Yep.
Cool. So I was going to ask you. You're not playing tonight in Pittsburgh, right? But
Right.
you're in Morgantown tomorrow.
Yes.
At
Black Bear Burritos.
Black Bear.
Mhm.
My son lives in Morgantown, and
cool.
so I've got the word out already.
Good.
Right?
Sweet.
So